Good evening, everyone. What's going on? It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of the match preview show, guys. Man United against Wolves. Wolves against Man United. Molineux is the destination against a team that have not won the game yet. Wolverhampton Wanderers. 2 points on the board for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And you know what? It is no way is it that Man United are going to embarrass themselves today. Of course, guys, nothing will do but a win, guys. No more pessimism in the streams, guys. I know there are some very, very pessimistic people earlier on today saying that, well, I think Wolves are going to win. I don't think that. And I mean, even if I did think that, I wouldn't tell you guys, would I? I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, as my guy there, Talk of the Devils, which is Bobby, my guy, said, I don't want to jinx it. You know what? I'm starting to think like Bobby now, guys. I'm starting to think, you know what? Bobby's absolutely right. We shouldn't be trying to jinx this. I think we shouldn't even be predicting it anymore because Man United is so unbloody predictable. There's no point even talking about predictions and things like that and what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, because we all know that every time we predict a thing, to be fair, guys, can I be honest with you guys? To be fair, I think I've done pretty well predictions. I did predict a 2-1 win for Man United against Crystal Palace, didn't I? I did do that, didn't I? Obviously, I did predict a win against West Ham, but you know what? I'm not an oracle, so I can't get everything right, of course, guys. But what I would say is this, right? I think we just have to keep our feet firmly on the ground and just hope that Man United win the game today. That's what's the most important thing, is winning the game today and not just getting carried away. We can't get carried away in this game, guys. We can't get carried away. We can't get ahead of ourselves because we know what Man United are all about. I know lots of people are bringing up the comparisons with the Everton game, what happened against Everton. I like to think of that game as something completely different to this game, because obviously the Everton game, Everton went down to 10 men. They played 2 banks of 4, just sat very, very deep. I do believe that Wolverhampton Wanderers need to come out and play. I think they will come out and play. I do think Wolves will do something today. They will try and play their football today. They do need points. Otherwise, they're just going to get relegated if they just play for points. I honestly think that, in theory, Man United will win the game. I think that, but I'm not going to put a score in it. Even though I did say a score earlier, I'm not going to put a score in it. I'm not going to absolutely dive and commit myself to something that, you know what, I'm going to have egg on my face, of course, guys. And I know there's a lot of people who have been pessimistic today who are waiting in the wings to say, I told you so. You see, like, I'm not part of that told you so brigade. I don't like the told you so thing. I really don't. I just like Man United winning. And I think when Man United lose, we all lose. When Man United win, we all win. And that's how I've always seen it. Since a young lad watching Manchester United when I was growing up, it was all about Man United winning. And we're winning together as a family. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And losing the game and, you know, losing games, it doesn't make me happy, even if I was right with my prediction. And there are some and a few people who are out there who are just want to be proven right. And I think this is a big problem within the fan base. You know, people just want to be proven right, just want their opinions to be right rather than Man United actually winning the game. And it all stems from the Ruben Amorim thing. Ruben Amorim in, Ruben Amorim out. As I've always said, I'm not Ruben Amorim out, I'm not Ruben Amorim in, I'm Man United in. And that is what I am at the moment, guys. And I will remain that until it's over. If he does get sacked, of course, I will remain that. However, I do believe that Man United in these kind of games need to take it by the scruff of the neck and win these games comfortably. I think it's about time that we won these type of games comfortably. We've gone away to some difficult games this season and we've won. We've also gone away to the likes of Brentford and, of course, Manchester City, and we've lost. And so, obviously, we have to be careful and we have to raise our game. We have to bring our A game. And we do have an A game, guys. We do have an A game. Of course we do. And we have to just try and win that game, guys. No more draws. No more none of that. We're drawing too many games, guys, in my opinion. We are drawing too many games. I know we're undefeated. That's a good thing. But I do believe that we're drawing too many games. And I think we need to win a few more games, guys, especially away from home. We need to win a few more games, and then we can take it from there, of course, against Bournemouth. Another late kickoff for me. Another late kickoff, of course, guys. It will be midnight kickoff for me, which is 8 p.m. UK time. Of course, I'm 4 hours ahead of you guys. Manchester United's timings don't help the football club either. The Premier League have put Man United under a very, very difficult schedule, if I would say so, because that would be after today's the second late kickoff in a row, and then we're going to have, of course, Bournemouth, which is also going to be a very late kickoff. Man United kickoff later than anybody, of course, in the Premier League, because Man United are the creme de la creme. They're to save the best till last, didn't they? That's what it is at the end of the day, guys. Look, guys, I really do hope Man United win the game today. I really, really hope that Man United win the game today. I'm telling you, I'd say again, I want Man United to win the game today. That's what I want, so that we can just like all the hate, all the negativity and all the scrutiny can be over. Just 1 week, for goodness sake, 1 week scrutiny over for 1 week, guys. That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas, guys. Is a little bit of scrutiny over for 1 week, of course. Let me just say good afternoon to my guy, Marky Mark. What's going on, my brother? How you feeling? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope things are getting better with you, my guy. I was going to message you today. How are you, my friend? Very well for seeing you, my friend. We are drawing too many games. You're like me, mate. I said it. I don't want to be the point away from Europe. Cause of all the draws, but big up Sal, big up the great work. Thank you so much, my guy. Really appreciate Marky Mark, the legend, Marky Mark 007, of course, guys. Marky Mark, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope everything is blessed with you and things are getting better. Absolutely spot on. Man United can't keep afford to drawing games, because at the end of the day, when you look at drawing games, you're better off losing 2 games and winning 1 game. Do you know what I mean? This is what drawing games does. It's not good enough. Man United do need to start turning those draws into wins. Look, there is a silver lining. There is a little bit of a positive about what Man United are doing. There is an improvement with the fact that we're not losing games, the fact that we are in touch. Now, if Man United do win tonight, we will be 1 point in from the top 4. We'll be joint 5th place with Chelsea, which is not the end of the world, subject to popular belief. You would have thought, if you read social media, if you woke up from a cocoon or something like that, you would have thought that Man United lost our bat 15th place and near the relegation zone, but we are not. We're actually closer to the top than people think. I think where the frustration comes from is the fact that Man United should be winning these games. We could have beaten Nottingham Forest, but obviously Nottingham Forest are very difficult at their own place, of course, but we were 1-0 up and we capitulated in the second half and we managed to salvage a draw. A little bit of the same in the Tottenham game is a bit of a duplicate of the Nottingham Forest game, where we should have won the game. We were 1-0 up, we were pretty comfortable, and then we capitulated and went 2-1 down and were lucky to get an equalizer when we had 10 men, of course, guys, which was quite impressive. Showed a little bit of character. And of course, the West Ham game, of course, guys, where, you know what, we should be beating the likes of West Ham United, in particular the way they play football. Man United should be really trying to win these games, even though we drew the game again. We should be looking to win those games, actually, and turning those draws into wins, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. I hope you're all blessed. Hope everyone is good, of course, guys. Hope everyone is good. Big up Tyborg. I know this message was sent a long time ago, but yeah, I'm going to read it anyway. Barada, trust the process. No panic buys in January is shocking. We are panicking anyway. The midfield urgently needs rebuilding, and Ramon needs back in right now. Agreed. Couldn't agree more, Tyborg. Seems like we never learn, and we are doing the same mistakes again and again. Amram is their manager, and they expect miracles from him without proper support. A January buy is not a panic buy. It's not a panic buy. Tyborg, absolutely spot on that you're speaking the gospel there. You're absolutely preaching to the choir right now, Tyborg, because I absolutely agree, because they're using this thing where we're not going to panic buy because they just don't want to spend any money in January. And that ultimately what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? They don't want to spend money in January. So they'll use all the excuses under the sun. We've been here before. We won the T-shirt. We bought the mug. That is what's happening with Manchester United, guys, at the end of the day. This is the excuses that they do every single year. What did they tell us last January? What did they say? We're going to throw all our eggs in the summer basket, and we're gonna buy players, and we're gonna kill that summer market. We're gonna kill that summer transfer window, and we had a 4 out of 10 window. Not very impressive, if you ask me, of course, guys. But guys, we have got Wolverhampton Wanderers today. I'm interested to know your thoughts. I know predictions are a little bit out there at the moment. All of us are getting a little bit superstitious and a little bit juju with the old predictions and things like that. Of course, obviously, we were disappointed a couple of times with our predictions, but I have been pretty right. I've been right for 70% of the time this season. But at the end of the day, look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to predict that Man United will win the game. I'm not going to say how much we're going to win by. And ultimately, what it is, and what I will say is that Man United should win the game. Regardless, Man United should win the game. And Man United have to win the game, to be honest with you, because if we don't beat Wolves are one of those teams. They're probably playing the worst football that Wolves have ever done in regards to Premier League football, and I would say that if we're not going to beat Wolves, who on earth are we going to beat? Do you know what I mean? Because we played West Ham, should have been 3 points. We should have had 3 points tonight, and we should have had 3 points against Bournemouth. And then we're looking at a very, very tasty Premier League table right now. But listen, guys, the oven is switched off. We could turn the oven back on. We could still make a pretty tasty dish if Man United manage to beat Wolves tonight and we beat Bournemouth coming up next weekend. Of course, guys. And next Monday, again, flipping heck, this schedule, Man United, is ridiculous at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Kenny. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. All eyes on Ineos this January. No excuses, and they're already starting to throw out those ridiculous excuses, isn't it, Kenny? They're already throwing the gauntlet out, like, you know, they're already laying down you are thrown full of lies. That's what they're doing. A throne full of lies. A throne full of lies. That's what they're doing at the moment, and making up excuses, pre-excuses before they come. Let's get the excuses in early, guys. That is basically what it is. Let's get the excuses in early so we can subconsciously plant a seed in the Manchester United fan base mind that we haven't got any money and we are less expectant in January, of course. This is what they're trying to do, guys. Wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and smell the coffee, guys. That is what it is at the end of the day, how we should approach it and how we should think, because we all know what they're going to do, what they want to do, and how they want to do it. Guys, in case you haven't realized, I have got a match prediction in regards to the team lineup next to me, guys. Let me know what you think of the team lineup. Look, I'm a little bit conflicted on what kit we're going to wear, to be honest with you. There's a lot of talk that Man United are going to wear the black kit today. I cannot for the life of me think how, because obviously Wolverhampton Wanderers wear black and gold, isn't it? So I don't know how Man United could wear black and gold as well. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. I think that'd be very, very confusing. It would be almost like a beehive on the pitch, of course, guys, running around. It'd be very, very confusing. Of course, big up, Bobby, my guy. Big up yourself. Hope you're well. Big up yourself. All bars one. Hey, Sal, don't forget to smash a like. Thank you so much, my guy. Really appreciate you, mate. Hussam and Mo are back in Salah. What do you think? I don't know, to be honest, all bars one. Hussam and Mo, they have their own opinions. At the end of the day, I mean, obviously, I've got a little bit of a debate going on with the old Arnie Slot and Mohamed Salah situation at the moment. It's not my place to say. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but as a football fan, and as a guy who looks at things objectively on a neutral point of view, I think they're both in the wrong. Arnie Slot is an extremely arrogant manager. Starting with Arnie Slot, he's extremely implosive. He's extremely passive as well. He's very, very full of himself. For whatever reason, he won a league last season just having to press play because obviously it was Jurgen Klopp's team. He did very well, however, to win the league. I'm not going to take away his accolades and what he achieved last season. But what I would say is this: before the season was over, Arne Slot went to Ibiza. That showed me a little bit of disrespect to the rest of the Premier League, because the Premier League wasn't over at that point when he went to Ibiza and done a little DJ mission, of course, guys. You know what I mean? Come on, Barbie. Let's go, Barley. You know what he was doing. So what I would say is this, right? That was disrespectful, especially when the league is not finished. And I'll tell you why, when the league is not finished, it's disrespectful to go to partying in Ibiza. Because other teams need you. Other teams need you. Other teams need you to perform. So when other teams might need you to beat a certain team for them to stay in the league, they might need you to be 100%. It shows me a little bit of lack of empathy towards the other teams, and that's what it is. However, in regards to Mohamed Salah, I would say that Mohamed Salah shouldn't air his dirty laundry in public. I would say he shouldn't be talking in the media, sort of thing, and keep it behind closed doors. I'm not going to flip-flop away from what I said with Garnacho last season. If we all remember Garnacho after the Europa League final, talking his smack to the ESPN, of all people, FC, journalist, of course, guys, who would thrive in that negativity, especially to do with Man United. Because as we know, ESPN have a severe chip on their shoulder in regards to Manchester United, guys. Absolutely. And it wasn't very wise to be talking to them, of course, guys. But in all due respect, I know I joke a lot about Hussam, and I joke a lot about sometimes Mo and stuff like that because of their hatred for Man United. I am playing around, guys. I have nothing but love for those two guys. But at the end of the day, You know what? I like to add a little bit of edge to things and stuff like that. That's just how I am, guys. Listen, yeah, I'm a bit of a potty mouth sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's all love. And look, at the end of the day, I wish them nothing but the best, nothing but love and success, of course, guys. As I do with most people, I am a banter king, guys. If people know me personally, I do banter. I have a very dark sense of humor, but one thing I would say about it is that, yes, I think they're both wrong in a way. I think in not Hossam and Mo as such. I think that they're both wrong in regards to Mohamed Salah and Liverpool manager Arne Slot. I think they're both wrong to an extent. However, only one of those personnel is going to leave Liverpool a legend of Liverpool, and it's not Arne Slot. That's all I would say. Both Salah and eventually leave, to be honest. They will end up leaving. Absolutely, they will. Big up, RJ. How you doing, my friend? 5-0, says RJ. A bit excited, mate. Don't get so excited, because when you get so excited, RJ, and I know you, RJ, pretty well now, when you get excited, you're only liable to let yourself down, mate. You're only going to get yourself, you're going to build up your hopes, and then you're going to get them smashing down to the ground. I'll be happy if Man United win the game 1-0 off the backside from a corner. I would be happy with that. I don't really care about the score. I just care about if Man United win the game, and that is all what it is. We all remember Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo is the hot topic at the moment of Manchester United, isn't it? We remember when he broke through the scene in his first season and got us that goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Do you remember when we won 4-3? What a game that was, of course, guys. I don't want any game like that, even though it would be nice for the neutrals. I want a comfortable game for Manchester United today. I don't want us to be conceding goals left, right, and centre. Very interested to see the lineup, of course. De Ligt going to come back into the side? Mason Mount, of course, who's going to come back into the side? Of course, guys, there's going to be a lot of ins and outs, twists and turns, oohs and ahs, of course, guys, including Xerxes, our old mate Xerxes as well, who has been linked with a transfer away from Manchester United over this last 28 to 48 hours with a loan with an obligation to buy. A loan with an obligation to buy? Absolutely not. You either pay the money or you get out of here. You get out of here. You pay the money or get out of here. That's what it's all about, guys. We don't want to be entertaining any more loans for our players. Man United need money, and that's what they should be doing. In regards to Kobbie Mainoo, if Kobbie Mainoo was to leave, I'll be extremely disappointed by the way he has turned out, because obviously every single time Man United get a youth player coming through the ranks, something seems to go wrong, and we all know what happened with Mason Greenwood. Best we leave that there and not get into that subject, but Mason Greenwood, of course, is absolutely annihilating the French league at the moment. It's not just about him annihilating. You can really tell his quality, and you can tell what we all knew before when Mason Greenwood was playing for Man United, that he's a generational, and this is why Robin van Persie compared him to himself. Don't be nervous, RJ. We're in it together, my friend. We're in it together. Big up, Dave. What's going on? Big up, Sam. I'm having a coffee before I get back into the meeting here in Birmingham. Big up yourself. Good. It ends at around 6, so I have time to get to the stadium. Big up yourself. Hi, so don't forget to send pictures, mate. Absolutely. You haven't done that yet. Big up, Michael. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you, Michael. Good to see you back. Big up, Bobby, by the way. Absolutely. Dave, I'm predicting a 3-0. Even in doubt, I'll stick by club and win. Absolutely, man. Them are really clicking like sharks at the moment. They're waiting for this Wolverhampton Wanderers thing. And if they don't get their wish tonight, they'll be waiting for the Bournemouth win as well. To be honest with you, we know what they're all about. And you know what? It's just pathetic, isn't it, at the end of the day? As I said, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the negativity and the toxicity which surrounds this great football club, of course, guys. Tired of it, and really we hope that Man United really do come good, because it will shut a lot of people up. And that's what I want at the end of the day. I want nothing more than Man United to win football matches, and that's all I want. I don't want any draws. I don't want any I told you so's here, guys, because we're going to get them during the game. Every time I do a watch along, guys, there is those certain few who do join the stream and do start talking their rubbish and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Ruben Amorim this, Ruben Amorim that. The game ain't finished. I think the classic was the Crystal Palace game, when they said to me, "You are delusional." We were 1-0 down, right? They said, "Sal, you are delusional. You said that Man United are going to score 2 goals and win 2-1. You are absolutely delusional. I've never seen someone as delusional as you." And what happened? 10 minutes later, Man United are 2-1 up. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, my goodness me. And truth shall set you free, as Jim Carrey once said. Of course, guys, absolutely. RJ, bigger RJ, how you doing? A Liverpool ex-player said that Henderson was more impactful, in the words of Dan Salah. I mean, we all know why the hate train for Salah is going on. It doesn't take me to spell it out for you or draw you a picture. It's pretty evident. As to why the overinflated hate for Mohamed Salah is going on, and the comparisons with a very overrated Henderson, that is absolutely dumbfounded. It's ridiculous at the end of the day. Without Mohamed Salah, Liverpool will still be waiting for 40 years without a title, guys. And that is an absolute fact at the end of the day. This recency criticism of Mohamed Salah, for whatever reason it is, because he doesn't support a certain political object, of course, guys, is absolutely pathetic. And you don't need to spell it out and draw these guys a picture. We know why. As a Man United fan, I have no affiliation with Mohamed Salah. God forbid. I have no affiliation with him. He's a Scouser at the end of the day. I don't really care. But one thing I would say, I read in between the lines, and I know what's going on at this football club, at that football club, and I know what's going on within the media surrounding Mohamed Salah, of course, who has been their best player over the last 5 years. Now, look, guys, if it was Robbie Fowler, if it was Steve McManaman, if it was Neil Ruddock, if it was bloody Jason McAteer, whoever it was, guys, they would be showing them a far, far more love than they are showing Mohamed Salah at the moment. And I'm saying that from a neutral point of view, guys. Thank God we're Manchester United fans, guys, and we don't have to sing "You Never Walk Alone" and contradict ourselves a very, very next week, guys, by turning their back on their greatest ever player, arguably, which is Mohamed Salah. Now, when people ask me the question, who is a better player, who's a greater legend, Steven Gerrard or Mohamed Salah, I would say Mohamed Salah 10 times out of 10, guys, because at the end of the day, he did not slip when the going got tough, did he? At the end of the day, guys, and he won himself a title, and he also won a Champions League, just like Gerrard did, but he won a couple of titles as well, guys. So that's what I would say about it at the end of the day. Absolutely. Marky Mark. Afternoon, Sal. Oh, I just read that one. Big up, my bro. Big up, my guy. Always want United to win, but if they defeat tonight, guaranteed Amram gone, I would take it. So you're just basically saying I would take a defeat tonight, so if Amram goes. That shows more about you, mate. At the end of the day, 7 games, 1 game beaten. At the end of the day, you're feeding into the man dem opinion, mate, which is a very dumbed down opinion with a low IQ. And you're definitely not that, Donnin. At the end of the day, you're just basically giving yourself away. I do psychology. I know what you mean by that. Basically, I want Ruben Amorim to win so that he gets sacked. That's basically what you're telling me. I've ignored the first bit, mate, because at the end of the day, if you want United to win, that second bit, what you just said, doesn't even come into the equation. It doesn't even come into your mind. I want Man United to win. Done. Dusted. Full stop. You see that little bit there? That's where the full stop should have went. The fact that you said if Amorim is guaranteed gone, which he's not, by the way, I would take it. There you go. You would take a defeat just so that Amorim goes, guys. And there you go, guys. There you go. Live in living color. An absolute fake. There you go. Absolute madness, isn't it, when you look at these people? I supported this club for 40 years, guys. You should be given my permission to support this fucking football club. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you should. Honest to God. Because at the end of the day, you guys come and you newbies from 10 years ago know nothing about the history of this football club, the adversity that this football club suffered to get where it is today. For people like you to have a platform to speak about this football club came from adversity. So for people like you to say that a comment like that, it's ridiculous. At the end of the day, it's ridiculous. And let me tell you that, let me just say that wishing harmful on other people just says more about you as a loser than it does anything else, mate. Prove me wrong at the end of the day, because we are 1 game lost in 7 right at the moment, and things are starting to get a little bit better. If you're thinking about, oh, if he's guaranteed to go, I take it. Basically, if Wolves lose, I'll take it, mate. Absolutely disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself, Donnin. You really should be ashamed of yourself. You should look at yourself in the mirror or go to Saeed TV or whatever them who can't even look after their own cholesterol and look at them and say, I'll go with you guys, because at the moment, this dream here, this little chestnut over here, this Stretford Post is growing day by day, is a little bit too intelligent and a little bit too Man United fan-based for you, my friend. Sorry about that, but I had to be said that. I will go for Wolves 0, Manchester United 3. Former Wolves player who signed for us, Bruno 1. Big up, Michael. Good. I love it, Michael. Your point may be valid at the end of January. We'll see, of course. Get yourself a cup of tea for me. So, listen, mate. Listen, Bobby. One day, mate, I will meet you and I'll get you a pint. I'll get you a couple of pints, as many as you want, mate. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're an absolute. I really appreciate you every single day, my guy. I really appreciate you, of course. Absolutely, I do, mate. Guys, absolutely appreciate you, mate. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you everyone who is supporting the channel, by the way. I really appreciate everyone who's supporting Stretford Post every single day, my guy. Really appreciate you, of course. Grease Don, a Chelsea fan, said he would take Kobe Mainoo at Stamford Bridge. Not surprised. They took Garnacho. That worked out well for them, didn't it, Samuel? Stuff Salah, glad to see go. Let the dippers worry about that. We got our own problems. Facts, mate. Facts. I'd happy with a 1-0 tonight. No problem. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Big up Sal and United fam. Hope for a 3-0 win. Absolutely. That's not an opinion, mate. That's exposing yourself as a fake fan, mate. That's what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's exposing yourself as a fake fan, that I would take a defeat just so that Ruben Amorim goes, mate. Come on. And getting who, mate? Getting who? With the same players, mate. With the same players that are flattered to see for 12 years. The same players there. So all of a sudden, these players are going to come good again with their new little manager bounce and then reset and get there, mate. Why don't we think about the Glazers and Ineos, mate? Why don't you do that? Why don't you educate yourself? Rather than, oh, it's just an opinion. You know, people who say such nonsense and then hide it, which is just opinion. That's not an opinion, mate. That's not an opinion. When you out yourself as a fake fan, which you just have, mate, I call it out. And this is Stretford Post, mate. You know what I mean? I call it out. When you out yourself as a fake fan, you've embarrassed yourself here. I've schooled you today. And you have to take your humble pie, mate. And that's why I'm not reading out any more of your comments, mate. Absolutely disgraceful. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Man United to lose so that Ruben Amorim goes. Absolutely. It's not an opinion, mate. You know what I mean? Well, not an opinion. That's not an opinion. Stop Amorim out. Sick to death of it. It's not owners, mate. I've got to say, absolutely. Absolutely. Sal, I'm fan of 68 years. Of course you are, mate. Yeah, of course you are, mate. So basically, you're 100 years old almost since the Busby Babes, mate. Okay, mate. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, mate, you're since the Busby Babes. So how old are you, mate? You've been a fan since the 1958, okay? You've been a fan since the Busby Babes, okay? Since 1958. So you've been a fan since that time, mate. So prove it to me. I've been a fan 125 years. I can't prove that, can I, at the end of the day? Stop talking nonsense. Big up Nietzsche fan. Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Let's pot Salah. Can you imagine that, Nietzsche fan? Big up yourself. Absolutely. I agree with that, but you don't want Man United to lose so that Ruben Amorim gets sacked, do you? They have 2 points all season. There are many games under Ruben Amorim do so far. Just saying, there's too many bad games under Ruben Amorim for like just saying. Yeah, and if you're feeding into that, Stephen, you will no longer be part of Stretford Post. Imagine that. Exactly. I've gone through the Ron Atkinson era. This is not great period, and it has been a long time, but I was still always back the manager and always want us to win. Thank you so much, Avril. Big up yourself. Whatever I think of Ruben Amorim, and I've already clarified at the beginning of the show that I'm not Ruben Amorim in, nor am I Ruben Amorim out. I'm Man United in. This is why I want Man United to win every single game. It's nothing to do with manager. When I think about Man United, I don't think about the manager. I think about the football pitch and winning the football match. That's all I think about at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Those people who claim to be, who go Glazers out and Ineos out, and then they're blaming Ruben Amorim, absolute clowns, mate. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Stephen, don't say Glazers out and Ineos out anymore, mate, because you have no idea. Do you like drinking Madri? Don't know what that is, mate. I can't remember. We could take the contract in for here, which I don't doubt he's going to do. I think he's going to Saudi Arabia, to be honest. Donin, are you the same person that uses the United Mandem account here? I think he is, mate. I think he is. He's a clown, mate, at the end of the day. Rants and bants, clip fun nows. Absolutely. Big up. Tonight, FA Cup round draw at 6:40. Yes, Man United are in the third round, of course, guys. Man United get. Who's your prediction for the predicted game against in the FA Cup third round, guys? Who do you think we're going to get? Let me know, guys. Let me know, of course. Absolutely, let me know, guys. Sal, I'm a fan since 57. Prove it, mate. Prove it, mate. You don't sound like one. I know fans from 57. You don't sound like one, mate. You absolutely don't sound like one, mate. You don't actually sound like any Man United fan. You sound like a clown. That's what you sound like. Get the Glazers out of the blame where the Manchester United are as a football club. Exactly. definitely want to be part of Stretford Post. You better be, Stephen. Otherwise, saying stuff like that about, you know what, indirectly agreeing with, oh, you know what, he's lost a lot of games, so I wouldn't mind if he gets sacked. I don't want none of that bullshit, Stephen, on this channel, because at the end of the day, I sat there with my green and gold scarf. I didn't just come on Stretford Post and write Glazers out and Ineos out, getting them out of my club. I actually made movements, mate. 58th minute walkout. You heard of that? I've actually made movements, mate, at the end of the day. And I don't talk blag myself over here, guys, because anyone who wants Man United to lose will no longer be part of this Stretford Post community. Absolutely. Samuel, unless you're a rival fan, do you like drinking LA cider? No, mate, absolutely not. Absolutely, count me out. United again versus Grimsby again at Old Trafford. Yeah, get our revenge. Get our revenge. That's what we need. We need that revenge, guys. Absolutely. But yeah, look, I'll just come back. I got a friend of mine called Fozzie, and he's a Liverpool fan, right? He's been on this channel, and he has a good platform, to be honest with you, you know. And he comes, when I watch his channel, right? And I do watch his channel because I support my friends. When I watch his channel, it puts us to shame, guys. I'm sorry. It puts us to shame the way they're talking. They're having a proper conversation. Not one person said, I really do hope that we lose so that, you know, Arnie Slot gets sacked. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you should be, mate. You should be. Don't piss me off, man. Honestly, I swear to God, man. You know what I mean? When is the FA Cup draw? I think it's 6:40, mate. 6:40. 6:40 today, mate. Absolutely. It's 6:40 today. Yeah, people who say that it's okay for Man United to lose, and anyone who uses my picture and Avi to create accounts is just a sad arsehole. Anyway, you know, people make fake accounts to manipulate you. You know what I could say to those people who make fake accounts about me, and this is aimed at you? Suck your mother. That's it. At the end of the day, sorry guys. United fans would never want to lose. A pure bollocks. People died for this club. I've been a fan since 1968. Yeah, 58. Yeah, I saw people die for this football club, but I want Man United to lose. What a load of codswallop bollocks that is, mate. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Sal, that's what I was thinking. His antics really mirror the nonsense the United Manning guy was spewing on here, mate. If he's making fake accounts of me, mate, he's a coward. It's as simple as that. Anyone makes fake accounts of anyone else is a loser. Haven't got anything going on in their life, and that's the way it is, guys. Absolutely. Yes, 6:40 p.m. Sal. Big up, Michael. Yes, it is. Who are we gonna get, guys? I've got a feeling, we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get a Premier League team. I actually think we're gonna get a Premier League team. Big up, Danny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Of course, Nietzsche. Okay, let's say we lose tonight badly. What should the stance be on Amram be? Is it unquivocal, or can we begin to call for the sacking? You can call for what you want, Niche. The whole point is this is democracy, mate. But one thing that separates me one from the other is wanting your team to lose so that the manager gets sacked. I have manager out. People in the stream, that's fine. And people have an opinion. Danny B has an opinion. We all have an opinion. And I will counter that opinion. He will counter that opinion. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. But one thing I will say is that none of us want Manchester United to lose this football match tonight. Whether we think we're going to lose or there's a possibility, anything's possible in football. I'm not saying we're going to win 100%. But I do never ever want Man United to lose. Never. And that is the difference, Nietzsche. That's the difference between supporting your football team and having an agenda so that the manager gets sacked. Saying things like, if it's 100% means that Ruben Aram's getting sacked, I don't mind if we lose tonight. I don't mind. That, for me, is an absolute travesty of an opinion. That is something that, you know what I would say? Disgusting opinion, mate. Disgusting opinion. I've had great people on this channel, ex-footballers, journalists and stuff like that. I really don't need dummies on this channel with fake fans and stuff. I'm a respected Man United fan, right? I've been around the world watching this football club. Around the world, right? People just talk. I've done it, guys. And at the end of the day, whether I thought we'll get smacked up, whether I thought we're going to win the game comfortably, I've always been there. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, never once has it been released at my mouth. I hope Man United lose tonight. Never has it been exited my mouth. Absolutely not. LT, big up my bro. How you doing? Big up Sal. All the fans who constantly want to sack the manager who hasn't worked are deluded in my eyes and don't really understand what's going on at the club. They don't, mate. They don't. They will never understand. They can talk about how they supported the club for decades, which I think is a lie. Compulsive liars anyway. They can talk about that till the cows come home at the end of the day. And they know nothing about this football club. Absolutely nothing about this football. I can walk to Old Trafford right now. I can get a plane to Old Trafford right now. I will be greeted with "Hello, Sal. How are you doing?" You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these guys who want this football club to lose just so they can get one over on everyone else and say, "Yeah, look, there you go." It's nothing to do with Man United's seeding, by the way. It has nothing to do with Man United's seeding. It's all about them being right at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. At the end of the day. Why did they die, mate? Why did they die? They died because of this football club, for this football club, mate. Right? So what we're doing, we're dying because so that we lose, so that we have fans like you, fans, quotation marks, like you, who want us to lose. No, mate. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You're a clown, mate. Honestly, you've outed yourself as a clown, mate. Absolutely, mate. I would go back to the drawing board, my friend. Rajesh, what's going on, my friend? Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, of course. Big up yourself. I think we'll get a championship side like Preston North End. That would be nice. We haven't played Preston in a while, of course. Guys, Preston, a former big club, of course. Remember them back in the day? No, I don't really. I'm not donning, pretending that I know things from back in the day when Preston North End won the Premier League or the old Division 1 back then, wasn't it? At the end of the day. Absolutely. Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind Preston North End, to be honest with you. That would be an interesting draw. But you know what I think, Bobby? I got a feeling they're going to make it difficult for Man United. I think there's going to be a Premier League team in there, definitely, guys. Now, I want to reiterate to everyone, okay, like this great community, the majority of you are just fantastic people and your fantastic football knowledge is incredible, as usual. I'm a real guy. I speak how I speak in the street. I speak how I speak in the pub. That's how I speak, right? And what I would say to everyone, right? And I reiterate and I clarify to the people who don't listen to this, right? This is not about Ruben Amorim out for me. It never is, because I know sacking a manager is not going to fix anything, especially given the pool of managers that are around Europe out there that are absolutely crap, to be honest with you. If we're being totally honest with ourselves, they're rubbish. At the end of the day, at least Ruben Amorim has Champions League experience and things like that, right? But all I am about is for Manchester United to win football matches. That's all I'm about. I'm about that. That's all I'm about. Man United win football matches. Fantastic. That's what I'm all about. Absolutely. Never want to lose regardless. Absolutely, brother. Danny B. I don't mind people saying that I don't believe that Ruben Amorim is the right guy. You're perfectly within your right to say that. And I respect Danny B. I know Danny B. We may have a little bit of a banter, but I know Danny B and I respect Danny B. And I know that people on this stream, who many of them say I don't think he's the right guy, but he hasn't been backed 4 out of 10 window, Ineos and stuff like that. But he has to get results. I went on the football terrace the other day after the West Ham game and I said my piece on it. I did say that he hasn't been back to the magnitude that he needed to be back. But ultimately, it's about results. And I said that if he gets sacked, I won't be surprised if he gets sacked, because ultimately what this football club Ineos want, without spending any money, is success for this football club at the end of the day. But never once have I seen or heard, and if they have been blocked, right? Have I seen or heard? I hope Man United lose so that manager gets sacked, that manager gets sacked, blah, blah. That's the man dem talk, exactly the man dem talk that I've been talking about for years, guys. The man dem talk. You'll never get a man dem managing Manchester United. This is precisely why. At the end of the day, you'll never get a man dem managing bloody Torquay United. And that's what I'm talking about at the end of the day. So, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I refrain. I hate that sort of opinion. You claim to be a Man United, supporting this great football club called Manchester United. And despite how bad we are, despite how bad you think the manager is, or you think the players are, you know what? When it comes to kickoff, we are all in the same boat. We are supporting the football club. If you are manipulating and you're stabbing us in the back as Manchester United fans, then politely fuck off. And that's about it. Because at the end of the day, all I want is success for this great football club. That's all I want. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? Rajesh, 2-1 United. Big up, my friend. Big up. Kenny, I'd reckon it would be Brighton or Wolves in the FA Cup. Wouldn't that be funny? Again, Premier League club. What's good, bro? Big up, Stephen. Big up, guys. Okay, you have an issue with the manager, but these players shouldn't be losing to Grimsby, 10 men, Everton, and a very drastic. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dave. You shouldn't need tactics to beat Grimsby Town. Simple as that. That is the evidence that is right there, put in front of your face, that these players down tooled. And unfortunately, the less inclined in the brain fall for it. And they think that, you know what, it's the manager for that and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, guys, you know, part of me, what it thinks, guys, part of me thinks, oh, go on then, sack him. Because at the end of the day, I will be, I told you so in a year's time. But you won't come back in a year's time and say, well, Sal, you were right, will you? You won't come back in a year's time and say, Sal, you were absolutely spot on. You won't do that, will you? Absolutely not. All good in Belfast, mate. Bit cold, like big up, Stephen. Big up the Belfast, massive, of course. My friend, of course, guys, absolutely. Big up, Kenny. Hope you're well. Big up, Kenny, of course. One step back, 2 steps forward. One step back goes 2 steps forward. Yeah, that means you're in front, mate. Right. Did you meet Rashford over there? Big up, Stephen. Well, you're partying, innit? William, you should be wanting Amarim to succeed. Drop the guy out, Sal. Yeah, he's gone, mate. I'm going to put him on a timeout. I put him on a timeout. He's on a timeout anyway now. Next time he'll be banned for good from Stretford Post. Sorry, community. I really apologize. No, he didn't know. He didn't even know he was here. Big up. Dave, are you sure you're not the United Mandem guy? You are clearly mirroring his comments here. Listen, if he's a United Mandem guy, he can go and duck out, mate. He's going to get blocked, mate. It's as simple as that. I've had people message me about that on various other platforms. Rich messaged me. A few people have messaged me the other day, and they've said that, you know what, Sal, there's that guy who's got your picture. And it's like, guys, you seem to forget that I am connected to all the other content creators. I do go on their channel sometimes. I do know them personally. So when you go on other people's channel with my picture, you do get outed, mate. They do tell me. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. RJ, Sal, were Blackburn Rovers fierce rivals for us? Yes, they were back in 1995, 94, 95. They were big rivals of Manchester United. Yes, then it ended up being Newcastle United in 96, 97, then went on to Arsenal 98 onwards. Blackburn Rovers won the league in obviously 1995. Man United won the league in 1996. Man United picked Blackburn to the league in 1994, 1993, 1994. Stephen, I read about it online. I think Rashford didn't tell many people he was coming. Big up. Yeah, he was drinking. We have owners who know nothing about the club and what it means to be Man United, and we get manager who saw the culture and mentality is all wrong. But fans see him as a problem, which I don't get. Mate, you know what? I'm just tired of it. I'll be honest, LT. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm really tired of repeating myself in regards to this. I'll be totally frank with you guys. The onslaught and the lack of awareness and contextual and problems around Man United being ignored is just so typical of it at the moment. I've seen it before. Won a t-shirt. I told you guys, and it's crazy. Would United trust Ruben Amorim with 500 million like Slot got? Just asking, like, why not when he hasn't had that amount of money? He's built football teams before. Who would you trust it with? Sam Allardyce. Who's out there? Glasner. Ariolo hasn't won 5 games, 6 games. Who's out there? You know what I mean? Why not? Listen, people are talking about sack the manager until we get the right manager. Sack the players until we get the right players. That's what I'm saying. Sack the players till we get the right players. Forget about the manager. Sack the players until we get the right players. That's what we should be bloody doing. Bobby, it's not the manager. The rock comes from above. I wish fans blame the Glazers, not the players, because they're stupid, mate. They come on here. They go, Glazers out, Ineos out. Oh, you know what? Ruben Amorim's record is awful. Ruben Amorim's record's awful. Glazers out, Ineos out. For people who have doubt Amram, I understand for the stance is that he wasn't backed enough, and we all said that at the end of the summer window. But now we are here for getting the squad ain't good enough. Thank you, LT. You were here, weren't you, LT? You were here at the time when we were talking about that, and we said, look, give it till December. I think it's actually like clockwork, mate. We'll give it to December. You're going to be calling out Ruben Amram to get sacked, and we're gonna remind you about the window that he had. Absolutely. Michael. Are you going live early for the FA Cup round today? If not, do you want me to put the name opponent? Yes, please. Go on, mate. Please, Michael. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for your support, my guy. Thank you. Yeah, go on then, mate. Do it. Thank you, mate. I dislike when people talk negative about our coach. We should give our support, Sal. We should give Manchester United support, Rajas. And when you wish that your manager loses, Man United ultimately lose to prove a point, for me, it's disgraceful, mate. It's disgraceful. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. If I saw that face to face, guys, if I saw that someone say that to me face to face, whilst at the same time claiming to be a Man United fan, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You all know what's going to happen, don't you? You all know, don't you?
Come closer. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
I don't know. What is the sound of one?
Else they can do, if you come on this stream saying I hope Man United lose and claim to be a Man United fan,
fuck off.
Exactly that, guys. Exactly that. That is what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Coral, what about our new players' bad performances week in Wega? Who's responsible? Man United cultural problem, mate. Man United have had that problem for many, many years. Whoever walks into this football club seems to have a problem. That's a cultural problem that comes from the top. That's an implementation problem as a football club. As I said, cultural. Cultural means everything around the football club is wrong. And whilst you still got about, was it Shaw, Dalot, Maguire, Bruno, Casemiro, Mount, all these players there, still at the football club, obviously it's going to resonate and it's going to be an infectious disease of it, isn't it, guys? Absolutely. William, Blackburn stopped us doing 5 in a row. They did, absolutely, William. It kept us on our toes, though. Dave, I saw him in Travis' stream and I told him to block that guy. To people in the chat thought that it was you trolling. I had to inform them since he was chatting nonsense. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Thank you, Dave. Really appreciate that, mate. Ineos are here nearly 2 years and not even 25% through a rebuild. Any serious owner for a club this size would probably be 50% through a rebuild at least. Exactly, mate. Arsenal were. Already Amram has been lied to by the owners. They were lied to in the summer, weren't they? They said they were going to give him a fantastic window, of course, guys, weren't they? Absolutely. LT, tonight's game is the type of game that we have always failed to perform in the past couple of seasons, not just with Amram, and this is what we need to fix and adapt to mentality, tactics, or system. Thank you so much. Very, very true, mate. Just a shield for the Glazers, and they will use him to get planning permission. They never would get planning without the Radcliffe. Absolutely, mate. True. Wolverhampton Wanderers at the bottom of the league. So yes. Really hope Man United win. Man United should win this game. Absolutely, Man United should win this game. Very important that Man United beat Wolverhampton Wanderers today, guys. Really, really important. Interested to see what happens, guys. I'm interested to see what happens. But I will be supporting the football club, not hoping my football club lose. Of course, guys, and that's what it is at the end of the day. That's how we do things on here. We support our football team, and that's what we do. Not hope our football team lose. Absolutely. Big up, Swapney. What's going on? Good to see you back, my friend. Swapney, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Game is at 1:30 a.m. in India. Hope they won't disappoint me. It's at 12 a.m. For me. Absolutely. India is one of the only countries that has half an hour in their timing, don't they? They have like everywhere in the world is like 12 a.m. It'd be 1:30 p.m. in India. Big up, Swap Neil. Hope you're doing well. You wouldn't trust Jim Ratcliffe to park your car. Absolutely not. Probably drive away with it and sell it. You know what I mean? Terry Tibbs will come and buy it off him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what will happen. Terry Tibbs will come along and buy it off him. At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Yeah, look, so this is what we do, guys. We support our football team, and that's what we do. We don't hope our football team lose, guys, because you will get shut down on the stream. Absolutely, will do. Absolutely, will get shut down on the stream, guys. Yeah, you will. So, yeah, it's silly, isn't it? Ryan, no players manager is going to succeed with these players and the current regime. Facts, straight facts, Ryan. Straight facts. Absolutely straight facts. Absolutely. Mark, prepare to be disappointed, bro. The game is at 12 a.m. here. I might not even bother watching it. You should watch it, mate. If you're a Man United fan, you got to watch it, mate. Absolutely. It's 12 a.m. here as well. I'm in Abu Dhabi. Kenny, I hope for a better convincing performance today. Clinical charge, the first 25 3 and up would be lovely. I'll hope for a win, Kenny. That's all I hope for today. Get into that touching distance of the top four. That's what we need to do, guys. That is what's most important for Manchester United, is getting in touching distance with that top four. Absolutely spot on. Hopefully, Wolverhampton Wanderers in a bad way. They're in bad cover. They've only got 2 points. Good, God forbid. They've only got 2 points, guys. Absolutely. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, we hope that, you know what I mean, Man United do the business today, and we hope that Man United go on a win today. Okay, so you twist I'm here, Faith in Amran. Big up, Mark. Big up, Mark. That's more like it, Mark. I love it. Big up, my friend. Big up yourself. Not far away from you, Mark. I'm in Abu Dhabi at the moment, so it'll be kicking off at midnight for me and Mark. It'll be kicking off at midnight. We'll be watching it, guys. It's still relatively late, isn't it? Really hope that Man United give us a nice, comfy midnight win today, guys. I really do hope so. Absolutely. Bobby, respect to you, fan that get up early to watch United. Absolutely. You know what? When I was born and raised in London, and I never appreciated the effort it takes to wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, like all the people around the world do. And I got so much appreciation and respect. And this is why when you get clowns coming on this channel and saying, I hope Man United lose, it really does resonate with me. It really does make me think, you're supposed to be a Man United fan. You've got people waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning to watch Man United, and you're hoping that Man United lose. You know what I mean? And that is just crazy for me. I can't believe that there are people doing that. Avril, it's going to be 4 a.m. here in Singapore, and I will still watch it. No excuses. Big up, Avril. Come on, my guy. Big up. Of course. We have another Monday, a night game next week. Yeah, Bournemouth is another night game, mate. Absolutely. Good evening, Sal. A bit nervous about the game tonight, but it should be a win. Confident at the end of the day. Have the beer. Look, I put my head on the line, guys. I put my head on the line. I'm all out for Man United. All out for Man United. With chest that Man United are going to win. That's how I am, guys. I am with chest that Man United are going to win. I have the beer on chill, ready to celebrate. Big up, Bob, Benny. Big up yourself. Take it, mate. So what happens if we lose? Anything could happen in football. What happens? I don't know. But it'd be very, very disappointing, Mark. That's it. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be losing to them. But then again, I don't trust these players. If they want to sack the manager, you know what, Mark? If we lose to Wolverhampton Wanderers, it'd be incredibly disappointing and sad. But I just feel like the pressure is going to be getting too much, Mark. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, I just said that if they lose to Wolves, I think that we have to cut our ties. We have to. Ruben Amorim is going to be too much pressure. I think he should walk. I really do, and that's my opinion. I don't want him to, but I think he should walk if that happens. You know, because this is the game that we should win, and we got good enough players to win this game. But Mark, I don't trust these players, mate. You know, I don't trust the ownership. And I said it from the beginning. They didn't give him a midfield. They didn't give him any wing backs. They didn't give him any backup strikers. They didn't give him anything. Majority of that squad is not his. Ahmad, Xerxes, Shaw, Maguire, Dalot, you know, not his. De Ligt, not his. You know, the only players that are his is Cunha, Mbeumo, and Sesko. And obviously a young goalkeeper named Seni Lamens. You know? So when a new manager walks in and he's still got Dalot and Shaw and Bruno and Casemiro and Dorgu and all these players and Xerxes, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna turn into world beaters all of a sudden. That they're gonna happen. I don't know, mate. Any news on Edison? Kenya? Nothing at the moment, mate. I will get back to it, mate. I will get back to it. Absolutely. Hoping Man United lose. Oh, what the fuck? Never heard such shite. Absolutely, get out of here. Absolutely. You did say that, mate. You basically said that, Donin, that you hope that Man United, basically, if it meant 100% Ruben Amorim gets sacked. What did you say? Yeah. If it meant 100% Ruben Amram gets sacked, I'm all for it, basically. That's what you said, Donen. Now, Donen, you got a lot of making up yourself too because you're very close to the block, mate. You see that block finger? That's all it takes, mate. And you can go and make another fake account, mate. You know, the block one, that's all it takes, mate. You know what I mean? I hope Man United to lose. Yeah, I read that one. Big up, William. Absolutely. We miss a player in midfield like Michael Carrick and Roy Keane. We do, brother. We do all day long. Like you said, with these serial losers, anything can happen. Absolutely, Garrett. Absolutely. This is what people don't understand, isn't it? They've been doing it for years before Ruben Amram. If you think things are hard now, if Amram is sacked, it's going to be a lot worse because these dross players win again. Thank you so much, William. Absolutely spot on that one. Absolute gospel that. They win again, guys. They win again. They go again. They win again. That's what they do. This is what they are. Manipulators, pretenders, liars. That's what they are at the end of the day, guys. Liars, you know, at the end of the day. Absolutely. I am doing Kenyan. I am doing the watch along tonight. Hope to see you there, Kenyan. Really, really great to see you there. I know it's a late one, but I hope to see you there. And I hope to see everyone in the watch alongs, guys. Really appreciate everyone who's going to join me for the watch along. Really appreciate you. Guys, absolutely. So yeah, look, we all be here, absolutely. RJ, why do we have to play so late? I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's frustrating for me as well because I live in the UAE 4 hours ahead, and everyone is waking up very early to watch Man United. It's pathetic. We shouldn't be playing 3-4 times in the last month at midnight. It's ridiculous. For me, it's at midnight. You know, it is ridiculous. Big up, Bobby. Late night, but we will watch it. Big up, Kenyan. Big up, my friend. Big up everyone who's going to come and watch it with me. Really appreciate you all who are going to watch the game with me, guys. Don't really get to concentrate much on the match preview, but that is my lineup, guys, anyway. Let me know what you think about it. If you make any changes to the lineup, it's up to you. It's the TV company. It's all about the dollar. Absolutely, Stephen. Spot on, mate. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Guys, some legends in the house today. Some not so. But yeah, we'll keep moving on. We keep plugging on and we keep supporting our football team. Look, at the end of the day, no one wins if Man United lose at the end of the day, do they? Absolutely. No one wins if Man United lose today. Let me just tell you that. No one wins if Manchester United lose today. All the Manchester United, every single Manchester United, real Manchester United fan, if we lose tonight, we all lose. And that's what it's all about. We win tonight, we all win. That is what it is for me. That is how it is at the end of the day. Blackburn won a title thanks to Cantona's. Yes, they did. Absolutely, Donning. They won a title because of Cantona's karate kick when he just defended his honor. And that's it, you know. Yeah, he got an 8-month ban, RJ. Fans are always quick to say sack the manager, but deep down they know nothing is going to change as long as we still have the serial losers at the team. It's a rinse and repeat. It's a cycle that goes on. And when you're talking in relation to content creators who want the manager out, it's actually a technique that they use to get views and clicks. And a lot of people actually fall for it because it does get them a lot of views and it does get a little click. However, having said that, on a point of view where football takes a head, right, you know, what I would say is that he has to win tonight. He has to win tonight. It's very important that we win tonight. We've been given another opportunity, guys, to move up that table. And we ain't going to get too many opportunities to move up that table, guys. Absolutely not. Samuel, Sky Sports love putting Man United late kickoff. They do. It make me... I mean, it's harder as well, the late kickoffs, by the way. Canterbury, yeah. He got an 8-month ban, mate. 8-month ban. Kenny, looks like De Ligt had a minor lot last game. I'll start him today. Hope so, my friend. Hope so as well. Paul Aston, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. United will win tonight. Come on, my guy. Big up, Aston. Paul Aston, big up. Good to see you. Sal, if Amram loses him, will there be a movement to get him out? Owners out. History keeps repeating itself. There won't be a movement, mate, because the majority of the fans that do it, I'm talking about the fan movement groups, they're not aggressive enough. They're not intimidating enough. They're not persistent enough. They're not hardworking enough. They'll be protesting, and while they're protesting, they'll go in the pub and forget about protesting. That's what they'll do, mate. We're not nowhere near. We're nowhere near like ultras and people like that who where managers and owners have to answer on the pitch. Nowhere near that at the end of the day. Kenyan, Wilcox signing for 2036 goes by the name to the process. A loss tonight will not cost Amram the job. It won't cost him the job. He won't get sacked, mate. He won't get sacked. Anyone who's hoping that Ruben Amram loses so he gets sacked, he won't get sacked. Just What's the point? That one, absolutely. That went here. That want him out, so they get a manager bounce, but it won't last. It won't last, guys. We're trying to change a culture at this football club, a culture that has been poisoned this football club for a long, long time, guys. Of course, guys. So we're trying to get rid of that, of course, guys. Absolutely. But there's a lot of toss, twists, and turns that can happen in this game, guys. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be up for the game. It is Molineux. Molineux is a very difficult game to go, a place to go, of course, especially when the big guns go there, of course. But the first goal is very, very important for me. The first goal is extremely important for Man United and to win the game. That's the most important thing. I'm not even that interested in performance right now. I'm just interested in getting the 3 points. That's all I'm interested at, and that's all I care about at the end of the day. Dolan, it's okay to criticize Amarim. We also give constructive criticism without having an agenda or using fake accounts. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. And did you know that I have a software that I can find out where or when you made the fake account? I do, you know, and where it's coming from and what by name. Kenyon, Wolves fold after the first goal. Yeah, I mean, if we get the first goal, absolutely be fantastic. Man United do need to score the first goal. I absolutely agree with that. They do need to score the first goal, guys. I agree with that. Absolutely. They do need to score the first goal because otherwise we'll be in a bit of trouble. But, you know, with Man United, we score first and then we sort of go into our shell a little bit and we let teams back into the game, to be honest with you. And that is where the problem arises, isn't it, with Man United? We have these 20, 30-minute spells where we just we go missing. Casemiro should play the full 30 minutes. He can't do it, can he? Absolutely. I can't stand the negativity in Twitter spaces. Me neither, mate. It's awful. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. LT, I also think that there's a lineup he'll go with, and I also go with Mount instead of Cunha due to the performance. But either way, these players owe us and owe each other a good performance. It's actually at Molineux, of course, guys. Absolutely, it's actually at Molineux. Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it, mate. Respect to you. Just never ever say I hope we lose, mate. Never. Indirectly. Joe Gomez suspended tonight. Yeah, everything's going Man United. Wasn't Paqueta suspended for West Ham? You know, I'd rather them have their best team out, to be honest with you. You know, without them trying to prove themselves and stuff like that. I'd rather have them have their best team out. Definitely, absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. Right, guys. Don't forget to join me for the watch along. I will be live 7:30 p.m. UK time, guys. I will be live, guys. Make sure you join me for the watch along, guys. And make sure you bring your A game. Make sure you support the football club, guys. And that's what it's all about. And we can make our opinions after the game and we can give the ins and outs of the game and stuff like that and what we think about the game, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining me today for this match preview. Wasn't much of a match preview, but it was a match preview nonetheless. Thank you, everyone who continues to support the channel. Thank you, the members, of course, all day long. And guys, and thank you for the super chat as well, guys. Big up Bobby and big up Benny. All these guys, legends, of course, guys. Absolutely supporting the channel, guys. Glory, glory, Man United. We move on, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Stephen. We move on. And listen, none of us. Are you going to eat dinner? Already had dinner, my friend. Already had some dinner. Thank you, my friend Bobby. Big up yourself. William, it's not the manager you should be worried about. Look through the smoke. Exactly, mate. Exactly, William. Spot on. Guys, thank you. You're absolute legends. Take it easy. I'll see you later for the game. See you soon. Peace.